Hello everyone. My name is Iwona OLENIUCH and I am from Rzeszów University of Technology in Poland, Faculty of Management, Department of Enterprise Management. The title of my paper and the presentation as well is Effects of Work from Home in the Covid-19 Pandemic. The purpose of the paper is to present the results of a pilot study which identified the difficulties and benefits of work from home reported by Polish employees during the Covid-19 pandemic. As many researchers prognosed, the pandemic will affect with many risks and probably some benefits regarding all aspects of work. At the beginning of the pandemic, their discussions on its effect for human resources management were of forecast nature. The scientists pointed at research areas, including the necessity for a real assessment of the pandemic for attitudes and behaviors of employees in various economies. The following studies is the answer for such research challenges. I wanted to identify which of the potential benefits and difficulties experienced by authors from other countries where remote work has been more common and known for years are actually felt by Polish employees. That's why I formulated the following research questions. Question 1. Is there a relationship between the form of work performance and the strength of experiencing work benefits? Question 2. What are the most important benefits of work from home during the pandemic for employees surveyed in Poland? Question 3. What difficulties does work from home have for employees providing it during the pandemic? And the last one, what is the level of acceptance for work from home, taking into account the benefits and difficulties reported by the respondents? In order to answer the questions, I carried out the questionnaire study. Based on the literature review, I defined a list of 14 potential benefits and 22 difficulties. The table 1 contains all pros and cons participants were asked about. The benefits were assessed by respondents in relation to both work from home and on-site work. I wanted to verify whether the change in the form of work is associated with the change in the benefits felt by employees. A 7-point Likert rating scale was used. The list of difficulties was applied only in relation to work from home. There was checked only the fact of its occurrence. To carry out the research, I used the online survey a year after the first case of COVID-19 pandemic in Poland. I think it's appropriate time to be able to evaluate the potential effects of the pandemic for employees' attitude towards work from home. There were over 1,200 respondents participated in the survey. The data obtained in the research were analyzed with the use of descriptive statistics methods. In Figure 1, I present the comparison of mean values for on-site work and work from home for statistically important differences. It can be concluded that the need to change the form of work from on-site to work from home during the pandemic made a change in the intensity of feeling almost all work-related benefits. P-value was 0.0. The exception was time saving, for which p-value was 0.3. The lack of significant differences most probably results from a large semantic capacity of this benefit, which of course should be checked in the research. Therefore, the answer to the first question is yes, there is a relationship between the form of work performance and the strength of experiencing particular benefits of work. In Figures 2 and 3, I present the detailed rankings of benefits in both forms of work, on-site and work from home. As we can see, the change in the form of work modified the hierarchy of perceived benefits. The highest grades in on-site work were awarded to efficient task performance, high work efficiency, high commitment to work, high work motivation, and high job satisfaction. Generally, these are the benefits connected with the commitment to work and the effectiveness of its performance. In case of work from home, the most important were money saving, an ability to reconcile professional duties with personal life, time saving, a lot of time for loved ones, and efficient task performance. However, it's worth noting that the latter one, despite its high position in the hierarchy, gained a lower value than in the case of on-site work. The median values for statistically significant differences are presented in Figure 4. To answer the third question, respondents were presented with a list of 22 potential difficulties, among which they could indicate all that concerned them. The most frequently indicated were a lack of social contacts with colleagues, physical health problems, feeling of isolation and loneliness, no direct contacts with the superior, and the difficulty to achieve the work-life balance. As we can see, the most important for Polish employees were social difficulties related to limited interpersonal relationships, but also problems connected with physical health. And finally, regarding the third question, it can be concluded that the acceptance level of the work from home in pure form is low. Only 6% of the respondents would like to continue this form of work after the pandemic. But it should be also said that most of the respondents appreciate the benefits they observe. 79% of the sample opted for a hybrid form of work after the pandemic. Summing up, for the vast majority of employees who participated in the study, the pandemic marked the first contact with work from home. It was 80.2% of the research sample. Therefore, it's not surprising that they report numerous problems. However, they are quite universal in nature and are also noticed by scientists from other countries. At the same time, it's worth noting that the employees indicated some profits, so no wonder that as many as 79% of them prefer a hybrid form combining the benefits of on-site work and work from home after the pandemic finishes. The research allowed identifying the existing problems and benefits of work from home forced by the COVID-19 pandemic in Poland. Taking into account the preference of the form of work after the pandemic, the results should become the basis for managers to develop motivation and support tools for employees who work in remote forms, pure or hybrid. The research is a pilot study and enabled to define the area of further research. It could be the basis for further analyses devoted to the relationship between the diagnosed effects and socio-demographic factors. It would be interesting to compare the attitudes of Polish employees with the attitudes of workers from economies where remote working is more common and used longer than in Poland by the greater percentage of employees. Comparative analysis of the perception of benefits and difficulties of work from home experienced by employees and employers would be also appreciated. These are the main conclusions. Of course, I encourage you to read the details in the conference proceedings. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to contact me at my professional address. I will be glad to answer. I'm also open for the cooperation on future research. Thank you.